Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Quant Network and QNT, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. Now, overall, I don't want to talk to you guys about the price too much. I'm not going to focus on that until I do an overall market update in a little bit. But I will say this, as we are seeing Quant kind of ranging around this zone. I told you this is my perfect accumulation points. We are seeing some deep dips followed by some nice little moves up. I mean, it's like dollar ranges here, so it's not like a massive move. On the 1 month span, it looks like some just sideways momentum here. I mean, even on the 3 month span, you guys can kind of see that this is just sideways momentum. But we are sort of, at this, stability point where we are just kind of trading sideways until we have that next breakout event. I have been watching the, holders tab. We just hit 47,000 total addresses, which is pretty significant. Congratulations to all those holders that were in before even 20,000. For those individuals that were during, or watching my videos during the summer, you probably got in at some pretty good prices and when the total addresses were under 20K. So, it's not too late at all to get into Quant. I still see a lot of individuals saying, am I too late to the party? I mean, like, look at the market cap compared to what this is really kind of going after. I mean, that's what you really need to address. Now, I will say in terms of the price chart, I can do a little bit of an update on the price chart. I don't want to go in too depth on this. I will say this, we just need a lot more volume in. Volume has been pretty poorly, poor lately, I should say, not poorly. And when we are talking about the price, we are still under that resistance point of the 50-day EMA. So when we do break that, we will target that 200-day EMA. It's continuing on that down slide right now currently. It is still sitting at around that resistance point going back to like February 6th and February 7th. So again, it still holds up strong in terms of the idea that we still need a lot more volume and we need a strong push above that area in terms of the Bitcoin price chart. Again, just to kind of reiterate, still under major resistance. We still need that high target up there of about roughly 3,611 sats to be fully broken over for us to flip bullish. Now, with all this in mind, let's talk about the price and let's talk about things that have been happening over the last couple days and even weeks. So, we do see here in the $100 to $130 range, QNT announced 5 big releases to Overledger, enterprise-grade smart contracts, improved QRC20 smart contract creation, enhanced gateways and APIs, Matic support, and improved Ethereum capabilities. Tier 2 smart contracts, working hard and building a monster. Again, like I've said, everyone is kind of concerned about the price action right now of QNT, but I don't think anyone is really watching the building going on behind the scenes. Right now the building blocks are being put in place. The foundation is nearly built, and overall, when we are talking about the move right now within the major financial institutional area, we are seeing institutions trying to get into crypto. We are seeing them trying to get around regulations right now because there is a lot of regulations holding a ton of capital outside of crypto, and it's kind of locked outside until regulations are put in place. I look forward to the day that regulations are actually put in place that don't stifle innovation, that continue to have, crypto, the heart and soul of the future of finance, because I do believe that, crypto is going to be a $200 trillion plus asset class by around 2030. And I also do believe that crypto is going to be, a massive it's going to play a massive role within, the future of finance. But also, it's not only finance. This is going to be part of everyday life for every individual. And when we are talking about that, again, the floodgates are locked right now for massive amounts of capital to flow in. These institutional investors want into this game. They want to invest. The banks want this. It's just regulations are holding them back right now. And again, when we do talk about, things happening right now, it is focused on stablecoins in terms of regulations. And we do see here extremely bullish for QNT, newly developed multi-DLT stablecoin, the only solution in the game that allows stablecoins and CBDCs to run on both private and public blockchains simultaneously. It's pretty significant. Again, who's it for? This is where I want you guys to understand. Quant isn't trying to cater to the retail individual. They are not trying to get individuals to FOMO into QNT. If that was the case, QNT would probably be in the top 20 right now. The idea here is the idea that they are working for, or I should say they are building for, the central banks, the banks, fintech companies, trading consortia, closed-loop payments, marketplaces, and micropayment platforms. Like, this is focused on the big money. They don't care about if, Johnny is throwing $500 into QNT. Because I've seen a lot of these projects, especially in the top 10, catering to the retail individual. I've seen this with Solana. They've been marketing at concerts and stuff like that. I've seen, their marketing tactics. They want to cater to the retail individual. They want, these projects to be, hyped up. And, at the end of the day, QNT is not about hype. QNT has been sitting within the 60 range on CoinMarketCap for a while now. And it's funny because they aren't hyping it, but they are announcing things that no one really cares to look at because it's boring. It's not flashy. Like this, to some individuals, those that are intelligent understand that they get it, but for the most individuals out there, they just don't care about this, right? And we do see here, how does it work? Funds are held in escrow with a financial institution, and tokens to the same value are issued minted on a private DLT. These funds can be used on any DLT or mixture of DLTs, public or private, and Quant patented multi-ledger token MLT technology is applied. Patent technology, you guys understand this. Now, this goes back to the UK Treasury outlines plan to regulate stablecoins and issue an NFT. These major areas around the world are trying to move into regulate stablecoins. They are trying to regulate crypto because they want to utilize these efficiencies. I've said it time and time again. Everyone is kind of scared of regulations. You should not be scared of regulations. Regulations, if they are good, like for example, I know that Ripple has made a regulatory framework for crypto to continue to have this market thrive. I think that we should support stuff like that. Now, I don't believe that regulations are always a good thing. I mean, in the sense that, like, a government-backed regulatory framework, that could easily kill this, entire market and stop innovation fully. I don't support the idea of over-regulating crypto, but we do definitely need regulations. I see it all the time, NFT scams, we see project scams. I mean, right now, if you go over here, you scroll up, and you pretty much see the recently added. Like, we have almost 19,000 cryptos. All of them are not legit. Like, for example, like Shiba Tobi, right? Like, look at this. I mean, you obviously know that this is a terrible coin. This is going nowhere. And this is the idea that, like, these are scam tokens. You could clearly see it. I've seen it all the time. You see YouTubers, advertising these, completely garbage coins. You already know that they're paying the YouTuber to, announce this because, again, it's all money in and money flows out. Again, there's a lot of scams within this market. We need regulations. This is a good thing. And in fact, we do see, see attached tweet, for the future of stablecoins. And here we have it. Here's Gilbert Verdian, CEO and founder of Quant. I mean, you guys could see his backstory. I mean, it's insanely crazy that we have someone like this who is the CEO and founder of a project like Quant that is continuing to build out these massive partnerships and relationships with these huge financial giants, not only financial giants, but governments as well. And everyone is still ignoring the blatant signs here. Quant, the only blockchain-related, guarantor of Pay UK, alongside HSBC, Bank of Ireland, Bank of Scotland, Barclays, Santander. I mean, guys, it is absolutely insane, to say the least, the connections that Quant has. And, here's CBDC Leaders Panel. How much global coordination are we seeing? Again, Bank of Canada, Visa, MIT, and then there's Quant, right? So connect the dots here. I mean, when we're talking about regulations, it's going to unlock a massive amount of capital. Also, we just hear, can't believe I missed out on this piece. Head of PR for Swift for nearly 8 years is no joke. Quant has perhaps built the strongest team in all of crypto. This goes back to December 16th, right? If you guys missed this, again, this solidifies the idea that these individuals that are working with Quant are working with Quant because they see the future of, finance already being built. This is Swift, right? Swift, $5 trillion a day in money flows, okay? And this was the PR, the head of global PR and event communications for Swift, leaving and joining Quant. Okay, that is absolutely insane. Not only, are we seeing that, but if we go back to Gilbert Verdian, He was also working with Swift at one point in time. Again, there's so many connections. I mean, it really should solidify the idea that like these individuals are not, leaving these massive, companies to join Quant just because they think that it's going to go to $1,000 for an example, right? They know where interoperability is headed. They know where crypto is headed. They know where Quant is headed. The funny thing about QNT is that, we're looking at things from an overall perspective on, the current price. Okay, how much will Quant be worth tomorrow? Will I be able to retire tomorrow? Those individuals that were investing into Amazon, do you think that they were worried about the price tomorrow, next week, next month? I mean, maybe next year, but the thing is that this is a long-term game. This isn't let me put my money in on Monday and cash out on Friday so that I could go buy a Lambo, right? I know that a lot of things on YouTube and a lot of things around crypto is Lambos, riches. I'm going to, Dubai for vacation and stuff like that. Like, it's all about the flashy lifestyle. But the gist of it is the idea of this, right? Those individuals that are driving the Lambos, that are living the luxury life, they got into Bitcoin early. A lot of them are Bitcoin investors that got in early. Maybe it's a few individuals that got lucky off of, a terrible coin like Dogecoin, for example. They invested their money, years ago and they sold. We are in this market where QNT is sitting at $126. Okay? Where do you think QNT is going to be in 5 years? Maybe 2025, right? 2025 to 2026, around that range. Where will QNT be in terms of price? Okay, I go to coin perspective. All right, so here's coin perspective. Let's go to QNT real quick. Now, if we had the market cap of Ethereum, we would be worth about 29.5K, an upside of 232x. Currently, right now, QNT does not hold much dominance over this market at all. In fact, our dominance is about 0.076. At one point in time, our dominance was much higher. You guys can actually, I don't know if they actually have a dominance ticker for QNT. That's actually surprising. They should definitely have that. I don't know what the dominance was at our all-time high, but I'm sure that it was probably around like the 1 to 2% range, maybe even a little bit less actually, because that would have been like top 10. I think that it hit like the top 40, somewhere within this range. So it was probably like 0.20 or something like that. The idea here is the fact that like as we are seeing crypto being adopted, QNT is 100% a necessity. So when we are talking about the future of QNT and hitting $395.9 billion in market cap, I think that this is 100% logical in the long-term span by 2025, 2026. I think that we could definitely see this. I think that we could see some high figures this year as well. I mean, think about it like this. Even if we broke into the top 10, we'd be worth about $1,800. I've said, that this is a pretty logical area by the end of this cycle. Now, if we were like, if for an example, like if we had XRP's market cap, we'd be about like $2,700. But what about like Solana's, right? Almost $3,000. Still an upside of 22x. But the long-term game here is like, what if we had Bitcoin's market cap? Because we know that QNT is solving multi-trillion-dollar use cases already, or problems within their use cases already. So where will QNT be worth, right? Here's, QNT at Bitcoin's market cap. It would be worth more than Bitcoin at Bitcoin's current market cap because we have 33% less supply, and also our use cases are incredible. But, look at this. A 62.2K QNT. An upside of 489x. Think about that. Think about the long-term longevity of this market, and then think about where this market is headed. Because, like, I look at it like this. $1,000 into QNT right now at the current price, all right, gets you about like 7, roughly almost 8. We'll just round it to like 7.8. Okay, at $62,000, you made $485,000 off of $1,000. Okay, and I'm not going to say this is going to happen overnight. No, I'm saying that this is a long-term game, though. Do I think that 62K per QNT will happen? Eventually. Yeah, it will. I don't know if it's going to happen by 2025, but I do see this happening by at least 2030. In fact, we're seeing, you know, major updates already within this space. In fact, HM Treasury, the UK government's economic and finance ministry, said today, new legislation announced today will allow us, or this goes back 4 days, sorry, will allow us to deliver a financial market infrastructure sandbox by 2023. This will enable firms to explore the potentially transformative benefits of the distributed ledger technology that underpins financial markets. As DLTs are being adopted in, there's one clear, you know, sign of what we need, and that is interoperability. We need interoperability between these DLTs and the legacy system. So again, tell me why QNT or Quant, right, will not be a massive player within this area. And this is trillions of dollars, by the way. So again, you know, I see easily the top at least 25 cryptos having a $1 trillion market cap by 2030. I see by 2030 this market being worth at least $100 trillion. I think that crypto is the next major asset class. And I think that the vision here is extremely massive long term. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.